Hello, everybody, and welcome to another predictions stroke look show by myself, Gary, from Alternative Interactions. And
Isabella from Tarot by Isabella.
today we have something completely different, totally different. And it's very different, isn't it, Isabella?
Yeah.
A friend of mine sent me a video that he had recorded on the 22nd of December, 2025. And this was in Clacton, UK, on the south east coast of England, the bottom part, fundamentally ish, just above London, for those who have some idea of geography. Now, Dan sent me this and said, "Oh my God, Gary, I think I've captured a UFO." But he didn't explain himself very well in the caption. And he sent me this 15-second video. And when I looked at it, I thought, I'm not really sure what I'm looking at. A few weeks ago, I met up with Dan, and during our conversation with Dan, Dan said to me, "I'm surprised you didn't react more to the video I sent you." I said, "Well, it's just streetlights and stuff, wasn't it, Dan?" And Dan went, "No, I was filming the sky above my head." So what I mean is, he had his camera and it was faced up like this, and he was looking up. So this film is not of streetlights or the horizontal anything. It was above his head. And what made Dan film this was he went out from outside a party, get a breath of fresh air, and a cloud above his head was illuminated in a strange way, and it wasn't the moon. And so he stuck his camera up, he videoed it for 15 seconds, couldn't see anything on the phone, didn't see anything. Later on in the night, he's checking his phone out, looks at the video, and realizes he's captured something very, very interesting. Now, we're now going to run the reel twice for you. So there'll be two 15-second slots of the same shot. It'll run for 15 seconds, and then it'll run for 15 seconds again to give you a very good idea of what we're talking about. So, Isabella, if you could please do your magic by cutting
Yeah.
it in and run the reel.
Yeah.
Well, that was very interesting, wasn't it? What it appears to me is a long cigar type shaped craft with a square door open and something moving inside the door. Now, I'm not sure really what we're seeing, but it's very, very interesting. So, Isabella, I know you've seen the video as well, and obviously you're interested enough to want
Mm.
to look at the crystal ball on this. So, could you please look at the crystal ball and tell us what the crystal ball tells us what Dan saw that night, please?
Yep. I will concentrate. I have that image of that video in front of me, and I will concentrate on the crystal ball and that image to see if the crystal ball can give me some kind of answer. So just give me a few seconds and we'll see. Okay. The first thing I saw that it is a spacecraft, but it's not so big. It's like if you have a large like mothership, like smaller ships that goes out to check the terrain or check the surroundings, and yeah, and this is one of those. And this kind of ship, they are everywhere, everywhere, and about every city, about every, yeah, there are millions of them. So, and they really didn't think your friend's gonna see them. They were a little bit not distracted, but they thought they were invisible, but not. Um, those kind of ships, I see them. They are sending out some kind of vibration frequency that goes like this. Or if you have the new kind of technology, when they put on, they reflect back what is in the back of you to the front. And that was glitching a little bit. So that's why he could see them. And I hear quite clearly, we're gonna glitch much more in the future. So it's like a slow, gonna step up the glitching. So more and more glitches of those spacecrafts gonna be seen. And that is not to shock the people too quickly, too soon. Mm. And at the same time, it's like they're taking notes. What is where and who is where. They are recording things. This is have nothing to do with your friend Dan, but still it's connected. What is going on in the country of Iran? Up here. They're showing me a center of entities that are not benevolent, and they had a lot of spacecrafts hidden around in that area or concentrated. And they're saying that some of them are trying to get off, but they have them surrounded. They cannot get through their grid. And some of those spacecraft from that area with entities that are not benevolent for human race, they are eliminated when they come up, further up. They're trying to leave the dome or whatever it is. Yeah. And then they get eliminated. Somehow they're also connected. to that spaceship that your friend saw.
Like a big grid that sits over us at the moment, kind
Yeah,
of protecting us,
yeah,
but also to catch anything that's leaving that should not be leaving.
yeah. Mm. Oh, okay. They say, they say, oh, it says, since the mass media are now talking about, mainstream media are talking about alien disclosure and disclosure here and there, and the thing about alien and UFOs and UAPs or whatever, it's subconsciously in people's minds. They hear about it, they look for it, and that is a way for them to slowly enter. And when the fleet finally is gonna be revealed, so it will not shock too many people to death. Yeah. So that craft that your friend saw is a part of the grid of millions of other crafts. And they are on different levels. So if you have crafts closer to the surface, then here, then here, then here, they are on different levels as a grid, on different heights. Yeah. So that's what I could see in the crystal ball about your friend Vance. uh, and they are like smiling, meaning, well, soon you're gonna see us clearly.
That's amazing. That's brilliant. I mean, for me, as soon as Dan expressed what he'd seen
Mm.
properly, face to face, it became very apparent that he really was like quite taken aback by that filmy shot. Now, something that's very interesting is he couldn't see them with the naked eye. And it was only, it was only a little bit of a light on the cloud that he saw. And in the video we got this kind of box and you can kind of see some movement, which is obviously I think what caused the light in the cloud. Are they cloaking themselves at the moment in a way that allows video cameras
Mm.
to film them or not? Because you told me about something recently about people. I can't remember what you.
Yeah, I saw some clip. I don't know if it was a TikTok clip or whatever, but I think it was in Texas, and people was seeing the cigar-shaped kind of crafts, and the woman who was filming them, she said a lot of people were out at the same time. Some people could see them, other peoples could not see them, and they were looking at the same spot in the sky. And but all of them could see them when they filmed it with the camera. So yeah, so it's like some people's, I don't know, eyesight are able to see the craft, others not. So that
Hmm.
must be some kind of frequency strange of cloaking, that some people are able to see them, but other are not, even if they're looking at the same spot.
So this is kind of a crazy question. From that, those that can see the craft now, is that because they're more open to or they have a higher frequency that enables them to see that? Because the craft would perhaps know that they're not going to freak these people out in the same way. Somebody who's,
Yeah.
could you ask that question? Is it,
Okay. People that vibrate on higher frequency, is it those persons that can see those the crafts?
yeah, more likely to?
More
Yeah,
likely,
yeah.
yeah. Mm. Mm. And some days. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yep. It is. Okay. In the tarot cards, we have 9 of coins, 6 of wands, and the magician. Then we have privileged lady, basket, recognition, reward for merit, work occupation. And then we have a high speed meter and moonlight, turn, and muck. The card in the center, 6 of wands, looks like someone is flying. And that could be someone that is high frequency. They can levitate. And it feels like magic. And the magician. People that can manipulate energy, or the energy works for them. And moonlight. Yeah, it's also a different kind of light. And their senses are speeded up, the high speed. Somehow they're a little bit like privileged because they can see things that other cannot. And they're looking for them. As it says here, work occupation, reward for merits. So there are people that are open to this, that are able to see it like more likely than others. Mm? On the other hand, those that work with e- demonic energies, they don't really want the people to see it. They want to ridiculate them. How do you say? Make them look ridiculous,
Yes.
stupid. Oh no, yeah, you're a crazy person. Oh, UFOs doesn't exist, and yeah. But still, they continue to look up, and that will make them see things that are there that others do not see, even though they are squashed down, and you know, you didn't see anything. Yeah, but look here. Oh my God, yeah, it's real. But I didn't see. Yeah, but I see now. Mhm. So yeah, I would answer that people on a different vibration, almost like if they can levitate, they are more likely to see them.
That's superb. That is superb. Now, I don't think this video needs to be a particularly long one because I think Dan's video stands out for itself and your answers confirm.
Yep.
But the point I would like to make to everybody is a personal friend of mine, Dan. I have to mention Liz and Tinky the dog as well, because otherwise they'll kill me. They have seen, or Dan has seen and videoed a real UFO that links in to other programs that Isabella and I have done about the what's really going on behind the scenes. It's very easy for Isabella to read cards or do a crystal ball, and you can say that's great, but there's no tangible evidence. This is the evidence of what Isabella is seeing given to us, and I think that's absolutely amazing, don't you, Isabella?
Yeah. First, I thought, but what is this? Oh my God, it was filmed up. Then, oh, that is something special. That is something special.
Yeah.
We have to make a video about it, Gary, I said.
And I'm so pleased you did because we are going to be seeing in the future things that might not make sense to us. As Isabella said, we may see more craft, more things that are strange that we see in science fiction films, perhaps. Have no fear about this. They're here for our benefit and they're looking after us. I feel that very strongly. You feel the same way about this,
Yes,
Isabella?
absolutely. Absolutely. We can take just 3 cards on that.
That would be wonderful.
Are they here for our benefit? Are they here to take care of us? Or are they here to eat us?
Oh,
Are they here to. Why are they here? Why? Why? Mm. The card in the center, we have the Wheel of Fortune to turn around things from bad to good because we have been surrounded by 8 of Swords, anxiety, problems, 9 of Swords, a lot of untruth because a lot of lies have been spread about those good guys, and they are here to turn the wheel around so it will be put in place again as it should be without any fear mongering or um, yeah, what are they talking about now? Blue beam, false alien agenda. They want to put that into us. Mhm. No, they are doing a good job. Here we have the moon, 9 of Wands, and um, Queen of Cups. Somehow they also work together with Mother Gaia, um, the energy on Earth, the original energy of creation. They're working in alliance with that. And the moon energy, the moon in itself, it has caused a lot of problems for us. Mm. And here we have the strength. So also they're fighting that energy that has caused the problems for us to because we are not strong enough to take care of it by ourselves. We need their help.
yeah, yeah. That's beautiful. And that really does help. And hopefully that helps everybody understand moving forward. It's going to get really interesting. So I have no further questions or anything else to add to that. Are you happy with that, Isabella?
I'm very happy with that. And I'm sure we're gonna come out with some quite interesting videos when things begin to develop. And well, so please don't forget to press like button, share button, and subscription button for Gary of Alternative Interaction and me, Isabella from Tarot by Isabella. And of course, we want to thank you so much for watching, and we hope we're gonna see you soon again.
We will. Thank you very much, everybody. Love, light, and
Bye
blessings.
bye.
Bye bye.